Hi guys, thank you for sticking around with us through our series on Semanhyia Grass, also known as mulatto grass, that we've been sharing our experience and knowledge about it with you. Today, we're taking you to our warehouse to talk about how you can store it in case you don't want to feed directly to your cattle. My name is Fred and welcome to Semanhyia Farms. Welcome back guys. So as I said, today we are taking you to our storage facility to talk about storage. Once your Semanhyia grass is about 6 to 7 weeks and have been harvested, what do you do with it? At some point you could harvest directly and feed the fresh one to your cows, calves and bulls. Or if you have a large land and you can feed what you cut at once, then you need to be thinking about either hay or silage. In our previous video, we talked about hay and silage. So if you need more details on that, please go through our videos and you'll find that. But what we are doing here is hay. So with the Semanhyia grass, if we are able to bale it, we're able to keep it for at most 3 years and be feeding it gradually to your cows and bulls. Today, here at our warehouse, we want to show you what we've been doing. Normally, we do not store our cut grass here, but due to the rainy season, it is very hard to leave it outside and for it to dry. That means that if it is outside, you will have to be turning it over upside down every morning and every evening. Otherwise, the ones at the bottom get rotten because it's wet down there, right? So therefore this season, because of the rain season, the moment we cut them, we bring them to our warehouse where it has shade and to prevent it from getting wet. This way it's able to dry faster. But normally when we have about 3-4 days without rain, we will leave it outside and be turning it over and over with a rake until it's fully dry. I think we'll do a video on testing how dry your hay is at another time, but today we'll be going to be focusing on storing it after you've cut it and dry it up. So as you can see, these bales, all this bale is from about 2 plots of land. So look at what we got from 2 plots of land. The difference between this grass and our local grass is that it is very leafy, so it doesn't have a lot of stems. It has a lot of leaf. So if you cut even a plot of land, you do get a huge quantity from it. And in the rainy season, maximum every 4 weeks you'll be cutting. Every 4 weeks you'll be cutting hay. So imagine if you're able to cut this quantity from 2 plots of land and you plant an acre, then you can decide how many cows do I want to go by. So let's go along and take you through the process of storing. So once we've dried it and it's fully dry, in the past we were storing it in 2 different ways. In the past, we were baling it just like this. I know for now we have a machine for baling, but if you go below our videos, you will also see the local way of baling, where we were just using wooden box, filling it inside, stepping on it and tightening it. I'll show you a sample of it, but if you don't have a machine of baling, you can still bale and store. So don't feel like, oh, I need to buy these big machines before. One step at a time. I've been running it for years without a machine. So recently we got a machine, right? So at first, once we pick it like this, we were baling it just like this. But we realized that when you bale it or when you store it like this, a lot of it get wasted when you're feeding it to the cows. Because when they pick this, a bunch of this will follow it and get on the floor, and this will go into their mouth. As this is going into their mouth, this one will fall as well. And as they bite half of it, half will fall. So then at the end of the day, you end up losing maybe 1/3 of the hay that you actually put in their feed lot or in their box. So we decided that we were going to cut it into small pieces and then bale it, and after that we feed it to them. So let me show you how it looks like when cut. So what you see here is a cut version. So this is how it is. As you and I know, cows eat with their tongue. So with their tongue, they are able to pick the small pieces, right, and feed it. So it's either you cut it before baling, or you bale it, and when you're ready to feed, you cut it into pieces. This is the machine we use into cutting. So this is called chaff cutter, right? So we put the grass here, and it cuts it and it throws it out there for us, right? Let's go ahead and let's look at our baling. So if we are baling, you see that all this place will be filled with chopped grass. And what we do is we push it in here and it starts baling. So this is our baling machine, and it bales it. It's a round baling machine. So this is a very small size, but it can bale up to 50 kg, which is very heavy and intense. So we are very happy with this, but in future definitely we'll be getting a bigger baler, right? So let's come closer and look at how our hay looks like. So what you have here, this is a, how we say, a local method of baling. So this is a very heavy bale. This weighs about 40 kg as well. So this one, we didn't have a machine, and you can see we didn't even have the chaff cutter. So we baled it just after drying straight away. As I said, you can go down into our videos and look for how to bale, and we have a video on it with local tools and equipment, right? So we build this, and now when we are about to feed, after we've discovered that we could save more feed from cutting it into pieces, we cut this and we cut them into pieces and then feed directly to them, right? Now what are we doing? So these bales that you see here have been here since a year, right? We've been feeding the old ones. So these ones are about 1 year. This year's bale, we had the machine, so that's where you go. So this year we have the machine, so all this has been cut into small pieces and then baled. Let's come here so that we have a very clear picture of it. Yeah, so this is what we've been baling this year, right? So as you can see from the video, we've packed them, and this one's, since it's very nicely baled and tight, we are going to keep them for about 2 years. Depending on how much we get this year, it will depend how much we also feed. But the local way of doing it, as I said, the video is there and you can go and take a look at it. When you bale it like this, you don't want it to be in the rain. So you need to get a place where it can get shade and not rain, right? So that is a very important. And once you have it like this, all what you need to do is to continue planting. And the more bigger land you have, the more yield you're going to have. And the more yield you have, the more cows you can have through intensive system of farming. And I totally, as I always say, believe this is the way forward for cattle farmers. So I entreat all of you, get your grass, follow our steps, let's go along with you, and let's save food and be able to feed our cattle, because this is the future. So we're bringing our video to an end, and I want to thank you all for sticking around with us from episode 1 to episode 4. Next week we'll be bringing you episode 5. So please stay with us. If you haven't subscribed yet, and we will stay in touch. Thank you very much for watching.